too much right-wing content, which gets irritating. But then I think it produced what will be an interesting segment here. This is a little checking in on right-wing Twitter. All right, so if you were in a right-wing Twitter echo chamber, what would you be seeing? Well, we'll start with this. There was a lot of hyping up of this security guard of Ivanka Trump's. I don't know when this was from, where she was, but a lot of MAGA accounts were really hyped that her security guard roughed up somebody who was getting close to Ivanka.
I can't get to that because there's a fence, apparently.
That woman that responded is all of us. Oh my God! What are you doing? Because, listen, I get Ivanka Trump is the daughter of a president and should be protected, but this was aggressive. This was really aggressive. The guy wasn't.
If you killed him in the wrong spot, you won't be able to get to the chest.
I don't think he even saw that famous people were behind him. I think he was just walking. Watch. And he's just like, what are you touching me for?
It's good to kill enemies to get experience, because some equipment is based on experience. What the hell was that? Now, see, if you don't look at that arrow, you
happened to be MAGA, you would have said, do not push Ivanka's security or you will F around and find out. Shoot!
But not in a speed run, but
please do click the subscribe button.
So
Let's
remember that
continue
bait
through. This will
before?
be a fun segment. Stick with me.
That guy wants the
Continuing
bait.
through right-wing Twitter,
So you
Cat
give him the
Turd,
bait.
the
So
account
that's why
said
you're
this is going to be a nightmare for Canada, and linked to this video.
Oh, and by the
There's
way,
a little problem, though, that I'll give you insight into in a second.
Effective June the 1st.
Last time I played this game, there was no shop
before
here.
2000 will be gradually phased off. Canadian
like 2
roads,
years
due
ago,
to
I
safety
think.
and emission
Or
standards,
at least that I remember.
non-compliant
Or
window
maybe when I
tints,
was younger,
including
it
rear
was
windows,
like
are now prohibited. Drivers will have a 14-day
forgetting
grace period
exactly
to
when
install
they
approved
changed it.
replacements. Lifts,
That's a
enter
good
levels on
gadget.
trucks
Crucis
must be
is always
taken off.
good, like,
For not only the
it
owner's
means, like,
safety,
the attack is in,
but for the people around, it doesn't make sense to have a truck
it's 2 to
jacked in the
5.
air.
Poor of it
These will
is
be
attack
taken very
plus a little
seriously.
bit dexterity, which is good.
And
But I already have enough dexterity.
Yeah, I
Dragon
wish
Master
there were
never
less
needs extra
trucks all
dexterity
jacked up too, but I'm not saying that. Now, you might be thinking, that's... Another MAGA account said elections have consequences, Canada.
I don't remember the fat
then,
man being like this. I
despite the
thought it was
tweets
just like
still
you
being
walked in
up,
there and you started.
There's a community
But right
note.
now-
This video
yeah,
has been
the
digitally
name of
altered.
this
Prime Minister Carney never
room
said this.
is the Ballad of the Sad
And
Fat
you
Man.
can
It's
see on
A4.
the video a little watermark that says fish audio.
I guess he's trapped. I don't
Clearly
even
some
see
service where you can AI distort what someone did or said. And listen, MAGA, I know you're not going to take my advice. We have a pretty hostile relationship. But you can't be better than this. If you watch the video, you can see his mouth moving in unnatural ways, and his voice sounds
The one stat I
distorted.
don't need
But before checking
both.
that, the
And it's just like a
disrespected
worse version
trucker
of the stat I
says,
don't need.
"Welcome to communism, Canada."
that means
To
death
which
if I
the
hit the
community
system.
note says, "This video has
Laughing.
been digitally altered by Mr.
Oh, I
Carney."
have
Never said
Luke
this.
Beasley
And the
playing. Sorry if
tweet's
you can't
still
hear me.
up with
Let me connect
10,000
this
likes
now.
and 2.4 million views.
I should figure out how to adjust
AI is, and this is it, it's the combination of AI and people who don't give one single damn if they're spreading misinformation. You add those together, and it's a dangerous cocktail. By the way, Cat Turd, I think you guys think that that's
it.
like a
volume
parody
mixer.
account.
I need a
This
volume mixer, don't
account
I?
has 3.6 million followers and gives genuine political takes. It's very bizarre. I feel like to sum up America, you could just say an
Ooh,
account
ring.
with the
A decent
username
ass ring.
CatTurd2 generated millions of followers
That's the first,
and gives
semi-unique,
political
but it is literally the
pontifications.
most
That's
common thing
that's
that I've
America
already
right
gotten,
there,
like 4 of, like,
ladies and gentlemen. And people
It's
take
like,
it
you probably get that
seriously.
every other
Like
game.
Carney
Like,
said
that you
that
put through
when he
Or
did
you
it.
probably get that
The next
every
thing I
time you run.
tell you about the focus
category,
of
I would
listen,
guess.
both sides of the political spectrum
Well, let me at least try to go fast.
risk getting into, and
Like,
many
I'm not
people
gonna
are
put every
subject to
single thing
echo
on it,
chamber,
like,
right?
Like right there, I had a
Which is
special
part of why I
effect
think
that
this is
had
valuable,
easily
sort of
improved.
make sure that
A
we're
loop.
seeing
See, now that's
sometimes
just a
what it
free
is that they're
defense.
seeing and they're so upset about, right?
Because I wasn't wearing
But
You only start
the
off
left,
with 2 daggers and an
there's
armor.
extreme
You get
voices
eventually
on the left
boots,
also,
gloves,
and there's
helmet,
liberals who
and
post
2
crazy
rings.
things. Yes, all that exists. Obviously,
And then you can
it's going to
also
happen
get
on
on,
social
like,
media,
extra
engagement
shit.
drives, and all that.
Like,
But
there's
as
an
a
extra
general, if you
item
take
slot
it in
that
whole,
will
it feels like
disappear when you log out of the
online
game.
liberals,
That can give you a free
right now we're
extra
focusing
sets.
on
Like, that can,
pretty
it
consequential things,
basically
even if
lets
you disagree. Like
break a break point for a
constitutional
certain
questions.
build. Like, it
Or
can
I
make
would
your
say
defense
constitutional
a
threats, but at
little
least
bit
we can all
higher.
agree in the course.
And make
Literally,
you, like,
these questions are being
survive
litigated
taking
as it
0
pertains to Trump's
damage from
actions
a
with
certain
immigration, or
person
the
who, if
state
you
of
even
the
take
U.S.
1 damage
economy
from
and the
them, they will
global
do
economy and a
1
global
a
trade war.
million
Like, that's a
times per
lot of what
frame.
people are talking
Like,
about.
and then you'll die. And, like, so
I'd say to distract from that, a lot of what right-wing Twitter focuses on is stuff like this. Colin Rugg says lesbian says she doesn't want to be gay anymore after Walmart released its new Pride Month shirts, including a Homo Estas shirt. And then the guy says, looks like Walmart's playing 4D chess here. Which is, I'm sure him doing expert humor, but is alluding to the idea that it would be good to un-gay people with shirts.
Not even gonna lie to y'all, Walmart really making me not even want to be gay no more.
I'm gonna kill it.
We could just go ahead and skip Pride Month because
I don't want to die.
All right, let me read these out for our podcast listeners.
Because if I die, I lose
the first shirt that she showed at Target or Walmart. Sorry, Walmart.
For the
Homo Estas.
It doesn't count. It's not that it counts,
fun.
But
it's cute.
I mean, I feel like
Lesbian,
this would be a category,
B,
like anything.
That type of B is the B. This one is a to-do list, and it's cute. A nice check. Gay. Check. Ready to slay. Check. And then bye, babe.
But you don't have to kill this.
Okay, bye, babe.
But
I don't really know. That one's less creative,
so
but
get rid of. Oh wow, that was a dexterity ring. Who needs that? You get some walk speed, attack speed, and vitality from that. This is like a great. This is the first actual. I guess unique.
My gosh.
I don't even know. There's
Wait,
there's
we
blues
can say
and there's
homo
purples,
again. Someone said in the comments,
and
and
some
Colin
other
says
colors
yes.
shit maybe too. I don't know. But at least like blues
we're not allowed to say
seem
homo.
to have been more common.
Now I have to tell you all.
I'm gonna break more ice.
First, another MAGA account. A lesbian said she's rethinking being gay after seeing Walmart's new Pride Month,
show up past
Pride
the 10th
Month
floor
clothing line.
Like that,
I have to tell you,
it starts getting like,
haven't been to Walmart to see these yet.
I probably will anyway.
So I'm going to take her word for it that those are there.
Why would you want to watch that?
My sister actually gives me every time she sees one Pride merch, just to show she's supportive. And so I have a bunch of rainbow shirts, and it just doesn't fit the vibe of the show necessarily.
What's
Maybe
going
on
on?
Pride
Like
Month,
literally,
I'll wear a couple of them,
all the spots that should have had the key. Like I've
never gotten one as good as Homo Stas. Okay. That I can tell you for sure. I've never gotten Homo Stas. I could use a Homo Stas.
Okay, I figured it.
Yeah,
but
then we move on. Another thing that a lot of Twitter accounts today were focused on was MSNBC issuing a retraction.
And the dexterity puppet. Jesus Christ. Why did I have a dexterity puppet?
Y'all got something wrong. I think the takeaway should be different for the
Dagger Master, you
and
get
now let's circle
dexterity,
back to a segment from Friday's show.
when you need
Frank
power
Fagulsi was on that morning during this
and then
hour
like you're
discussing
the
the work
axe
of
guy
administration
and you get
officials. At the
power,
end of that
but you need
segment,
dexterity.
Fagulsi said that FBI Director Kash Patel has reportedly been more visible at nightclubs than at his office at FBI headquarters. This was a misstatement. We have not verified that claim. We will be right back.
On a certain character.
Yeah, so this is, while MSNBC has a bunch of problems, this is not proof that, see, they suck, as the MAGA reaction was online, but instead, see how they're willing to correct themselves whenever they get something wrong, or they just haven't substantiated something yet, unlike Fox, whose whole thing is not substantiating things and getting things wrong and not issuing retractions. Maybe y'all should learn from the fact that MSNBC, again, despite their major issues, has more journalistic ethics than the outlets you go to that constantly spews speculation and unsubstantiated claims and never circles back and says that may not actually be correct. The Daily Beast says Kash Patel spotted at nightclubs more than work. Former FBI director says, and then issues a retraction, just at least saying that hasn't been substantiated. Listen.
No, it's not here. Fuck.
Was he being serious, or was it like a turn of phrase? Like, he's been in a nightclub more than... Which, by the way, can you imagine...
I went down
at a nightclub... Drop it, and then you're just having the time of your life, and you turn, and you got homeless DOS on your shirt, and you turn.
He wants me to break him out of jail, but there's a sign that says skull and crossbones. Don't break him out of jail. So watch what happens when I break him out of jail.
I don't think he is. I don't care if he is a nightclub. He's just doing bad at his job. That's what I
he immediately
care
attacks
quite
me.
a
He's
bit
an asshole.
about.
But I got
Moving
Bucks here
on,
now.
next
So
thing you would have seen if you were scrolling
look,
through right-wing Twitter today, it was Scott Galloway making this comment about
the banana and a free banana. And so here's what you do when you get bananas. You can eat the banana for health. It's like the same health as a health person, like 100 health
others behind their back. Your default is to weigh in and defend. You may not agree with the transgender
Oh, by the way,
community.
every 5 floors you can like teleport safely between the floors.
You may not believe in gender affirmation, but when you see a group being demonized, your default setting as a man is you move to protection. We are providers, we're protectors, and we're procreators. There is nothing wrong with masculinity. It is a wonderful guidepost.
I can't use
Lean
that.
in. We just need to redefine what it means to be a man.
Oh, there's the monkey.
Now,
so you give the banana to the monkey
funny.
so that he trades you for an item.
Like some lady said,
and you find
we
out
don't
what you
need
get.
to define what it means to be a man.
Puppet.
God already did that for us.
Monkey puppets
it's
are actually pretty good. They will see both boosting
right.
5 stats.
That's not what he was saying. He said, or they said, this trans nonsense has gotten out of control. What? No, he's saying.
And now we trade in the ear.
Yeah, agree or disagree with how he laid out the argument. He's saying MAGA is right now making a lot of inroads with men, young men. Because right now in a rapidly changing world, there's a big chunk of young men who feel
permanently increased
identity confusion and feel like they don't exactly know where their purpose is, who they're supposed to be, what does it mean to be a man. So, if MAGA's making inroads by being really regressive and destructive, like Andrew Tate, I'm a top G,
check out. I should see if this guy sells any gloves.
Then, of course, liberals should reject the toxicity, nasty, regressive, low character, degrading,
nothing worth getting,
despicable, disgusting, dilapidated ideology of someone like Andrew Tate. But we can't just reject. We also have to then put forward our affirmative vision for what it can mean for young men to be a man.
Okay, well,
and I think it's important. And I don't know exactly what that message is. I do.